Welcome to the DIY Honda Garage channel. The Diagnostic Trouble Code DTC P0500-31 indicates an issue with the continuously variable transmission CVT speed sensor circuit that either presents an open or short condition. This problem arises when the transmission control module, TCM, is unable to detect the proper signal coming from the CVT speed sensor while the secondary driven gear is in rotation. The CVT speed sensor is crucial for determining the vehicle's speed, as it provides input to the TCM for optimal engine performance and transmission management. This component is typically located on the transmission itself. A failure here can result in erratic shifting behavior and reduced vehicle performance. DTC P0500-31 refers specifically to issues associated with the CVT speed sensor circuit. The role of the CVT speed sensor is to relay vehicle speed data to the TCM, which governs transmission behavior. Without accurate speed readings, the TCM cannot perform effectively, leading to suboptimal performance. The TCM itself is an essential electronic component that regulates various transmission operations based on inputs from sensors. For the Honda CR-V, the CVT speed sensor is usually mounted on the outside of the transmission, allowing it to sense the rotation of the output shaft. Understanding the connection between these components is essential for effective troubleshooting. There are several potential causes for DTC P0500-31. The first and most common is a faulty CVT speed sensor itself. If the sensor fails, it may not generate the correct signal, leading to an erroneous reading by the TCM. Another potential cause could be an interruption in the external wiring circuit that connects the sensor to the TCM. Damage to wires or bad connections may create an open circuit or a short, causing the TCM to record the DTC. Lastly, a malfunctioning TCM may fail to interpret the signals correctly, despite having a functioning speed sensor, thereby generating the DTC. Each of these scenarios must be carefully examined to diagnose the problem accurately. The symptoms associated with DTC P0500-31 can significantly affect the vehicle's performance. One common symptom is erratic speed readings on the dashboard, which can be misleading for the driver. Drivers may also experience transmission shifting issues, such as harsh or delayed shifts, as the TCM does not have accurate data to work with. Another telltale sign is the activation of a warning light on the dashboard, alerting the driver to a potential issue with the transmission system. These symptoms indicate the necessity of conducting a thorough inspection of the CVT speed sensor, wiring, and TCM for an accurate diagnosis. The first troubleshooting step involves raising the vehicle securely, using a lift to ensure safe access to the components that need inspection. It is essential that all four wheels are rotating freely to accurately conduct tests related to vehicle speed. After the vehicle is lifted, start the engine and disable the Vehicle Stability Assist (VSA) system. This allows for precise diagnostic testing without interference from other electronic stability programs, ensuring that you capture an accurate reading from the CVT speed sensor. Pay attention to the safety protocol while lifting the vehicle, as it's vital to prevent accidents during diagnostics. In this step, with the vehicle securely raised, you will run the vehicle while it is in Drive D mode. It is crucial that the engine speed is maintained at 1000 RPM or higher during this test. This setting helps to ensure that the transmission is under the same conditions it typically operates in. After reaching the appropriate engine speed, release the accelerator pedal and allow the wheels to come to a slow stop over a period of at least 4 seconds. This action allows the TCM to gather necessary data and analyze the response to the speed sensor signal under controlled conditions. The next step is to disconnect the CVT speed sensor connector. This action is necessary for conducting further tests on the sensor's output. Once the connector is disconnected, the next part of the procedure involves checking the voltage coming from the speed sensor. With the ignition switched to the on position, measure the output voltage from the sensor. Normal operating conditions for the CVT speed sensor indicate that this output voltage should be around 5 volts. If the measured voltage meets this standard, it suggests that the sensor might be functioning correctly. If the voltage is outside this range, further investigation is warranted, potentially indicating a faulty sensor. For this step, the TCM connector must also be disconnected to inspect the integrity of the associated wiring circuit. Conduct a resistance check on the circuits that connect the TCM and the CVT speed sensor. The reading should indicate less than 1 ohm of resistance, which means there are no significant interruptions in the circuit. This step is critical for confirming that the wiring is intact and functional. If the resistance measured exceeds this limit, it suggests potential wiring issues, such as shorts or open circuits, that would need to be repaired or replaced. Troubleshooting the wiring is a vital part of ensuring proper sensor functionality. In this step, you will inspect the wiring for any visible signs of shorts or damage. Conduct a thorough check based on the service manual's guidelines for inspecting open circuits. Use diagnostic tools to determine if the VEL PWM signal wire is shorted to ground, which can affect the overall performance of the TCM. Should you discover any anomalies during this inspection, you have identified another potential cause for the DTC. If shorted or open wires are found, they must be repaired or replaced, thus allowing for the proper signal to transmit from the sensor to the TCM, leading to the accurate operation of the transmission system. If all the previous steps return normal results, it is then the time to focus on the TCM itself. This final inspection step aims to evaluate whether the TCM is working as intended or if it requires replacement. If the TCM does not process the signals correctly, even though the CVT speed sensor and wiring have been verified as functional, it indicates a malfunction in the TCM. The diagnosis will then confirm the necessity to either repair or replace the TCM to ensure that the transmission operates correctly without generating any additional DTCs. Proper diagnosis at this stage is crucial for restoring the vehicle's functionalities. The last step in the troubleshooting process involves verifying the repairs that have been made. After completing the necessary repairs, recheck for any Diagnostic Trouble Codes, DTCs, and confirm that DTC P0500-31 has been cleared. Next, conduct a test drive to monitor the vehicle's behavior under various conditions, ensuring that it accelerates smoothly and shifts properly. Observing the performance during the test drive will confirm whether all systems are functioning appropriately and whether the repairs have resolved the underlying issues. If no faults are detected, you can conclude that the repairs were successful. To prevent future occurrences of DTC P0500-31, it is essential to incorporate preventive maintenance practices. Regular inspections of the CVT speed sensor and associated wiring can identify early signs of wear or damage, allowing for timely repairs before significant issues occur. Additionally, ensuring that wiring connections remain tight and free from corrosion or shorting can enhance overall system performance. Prompt repairs upon identifying issues are crucial in maintaining the longevity of the transmission and ensuring a smooth driving experience. Consider implementing an annual maintenance check or cross-referencing with the manufacturer's service recommendations to stay proactive. In summary, DTC P0500-31 indicates significant issues with the CVT speed sensor circuit that can hinder the vehicle's performance. Symptoms such as erratic speed readings and transmission issues can arise, emphasizing the need for a thorough diagnostic approach. Each step of the troubleshooting process is crucial, whether it's assessing the sensor, the wiring, or the TCM itself. Equally important is adopting a proactive maintenance routine, which can reduce the likelihood of further complications. By understanding these components and processes, vehicle owners can make informed decisions and ensure optimal performance of their Honda CR-V. Please like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.